Anuja, you've got the first question. If you can ask it now, please.
Thanks, Rodney, especially for inviting me to do the first question. I'm Tanuja Bhattacharjee, Deputy Team Leader Environment at GIZ PSES project. Actually, not being a technical expert, my first query is that is there really a significant relation between the product design or particular style with its consequence on environment? And if so, how you expect or how the fashion designers, or is there anyone be the pioneer to actually promote more environmental friendly products in the market, so that create the actually indirect impact on the consumers, so that they are not pressurizing this industry to go for more polluting trends and styles?
Okay, thank you. And who would you like to answer that?
Anybody.
Okay, who would like to go first? Go first, I think, because Christian got the speed record, he can go second.
So I think that actually environmental friendly production is possible. It's possible because we have the not only has a chemical company, but generally speaking, in textile, there is already the technology to save energy, to save water, to save time, and also to use chemicals that are safer than conventional chemicals. Quite any look that you are looking for can be produced actually in a traditional way, but also in a sustainable way.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Fabio. I also think so that these environmentally friendly chemicals, this green stream certification, you did it exactly in that way. You were talking to the brands, as I heard, and you were following the guidelines of green stream, and I think this is the future. And I think all the chemical companies need to go this way.
Only a word from my side. Actually, we do the same. Our garment team have discussions and meetings with the retailers, and as soon as we think we have something which is really sustainable and environmentally friendly, we introduce it and we try to get their interest. Sometimes they like it, sometimes they only talk, and sometimes it's a question of price. You know, not only in the denim industry, also in the traditional garment industry, everybody talks about sustainability and process optimization. But the problem sometimes is, if you look at the process cost, this must also be considered. So we have to find a right compromise. And it's not so easy. But I think in general we are on the right track, and we have to work together, the brands, the chemical suppliers, and the producers, and some organizations.
Okay, thank you. We can now move to another question.
My name is Shamsul Arifin. I am working for GIZ PSES program as a national expert environment. So my question is, Mr. Fabio, as from the presentation of Dr. Abbas, we have seen that there is a way of adopting sustainability, adopting sustainable way in the denim industry. So my question is like, sustainability has cost, right? It doesn't come free. So could you please explain?
Why? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Why do you say it has a cost?
Then the thing that I want to hear back from you when you say, my question is like...
This is partially true. It has a cost. It could have a cost because you have to invest in new technologies. But if you think that these new technologies can allow you to save water, water also has a cost. You can save energy, energy also has a cost. You can save time, time also has a cost. I know these costs are not fixed in all the countries around the world.
So my,
no, you don't need to debate. We can ask the question.
We are discussing.
No. I didn't finish the question. Actually, you answered. Sustainability has a cost, but how this particular this industry?
It has an
industry
yeah,
should look at the cost in a long-term and short-term way. I mean, short-term basis? Short-term expect.
Yeah.
There's a way to look at the cost of sustainability in a short-term aspect as a long-term aspect. So how the industry should look at it?
Okay.
In general. Thank you.
As I said, initially this has a cost for sure. You have to invest in a new technology. But since you can save energy, water, you save time, because people has a cost, workers has a cost. You cannot say, for sure this week, it will take time to cover the cost. And you cannot say exactly what is the time that you need, because in different countries there are different costs for water, for energy, and for workers. Here in Bangladesh, workers are very cheap if compared to other countries. For example, if compared to Italy, or if compared to Turkey, if compared to the European or countries near Europe. So it's difficult to say in how many years you can cover your initial cost. But for sure, sustainability don't have only a cost. But in long term, it can allow people to save also money. I make you an example. If you buy a lamp, a low energy lamp with a reduced energy consumption, the initial cost is high, but in long term you will save the cost of the energy.
Okay, thank you. Someone else? Okay, so very good. Someone doesn't work for me, right? Okay, hand up.
It's Habibur Rahman. I'm from Dhaka University and working with the Bangladesh Today, a daily newspaper. My question may be a little silly because I'm very new with this kind of business reporting. My question is to you that how do you feel with the business market in our country? And my second question is to you that are you facing any obstacles here? And how do you feel sustainable, profitable at our country, Bangladesh?
I'll just check. So your question is about the business market for selling dyestuffs and chemicals, or the business market for selling garments from Bangladesh?
Yeah.
Which one?
Both.
Both. Good? Someone wants to try?
Actually, I did not really catch the point.
Right. The question is there what kind of market is there in Bangladesh to sell new generation chemicals, new dyestuffs? Is there the kind of business case? And also, I think the second part was about, will these garments made in more eco-sustainable ways be saleable? Will there be a market for them? Is there going to be a premium price that will mean they are not selling as well as we would hope? So first, is there a good market? Is there a developing market for new generation chemistries, dyeing, washing, and then garments made in that way? Will they be more saleable?
No doubt there's a very big potential, because all the major retailers like to produce in Bangladesh. Because not only because of the cost, also the quality, stitching and so on is quite good. And they're also forced by Greenpeace, also by the community, to have a more sustainable production of their products. So automatically it has to be implemented in Bangladesh. I think you agree. We see a big potential. Because here is where the music plays. In Germany or Italy there is almost no more denim production. Maybe some developments. The real production is here. So these systems must be implemented here.
Yeah, I echo him. Basically, as I say, you say this sustainable production have a saleable value in here. My real point is which stage our industry is in, especially denim washing. Are we in the crawling, walking and running stage? I still think as an industry as a whole, we are still crawling to run stage. We're just taking a big step. So which means basically we need to go into an optimum position where in terms of water, energy, time, chemicals, there we can say that okay, there's the next potential of being sustainable is really investing in new machineries, new technologies, and new advanced chemistry. So until that point, I still believe the factory has a huge potential to cut their cost by making a sustainable production and be profitable.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for the potentials, but my question to you that
No, I
do
can't
you
hear,
feel
sorry.
any big problem here? When I am facing any problems, big problems, you are doing business here.
So can you say your question, the second question? What was it?
Second question is, I'm very good to hear the potentials they are watching. But my question is to you: do you feel any big problem? Because I know there are many big problems in our country. So are you facing it?
And I think that I'll take that one as the moderator. I think that the position of this seminar is that there are tremendous opportunities. And I think there are, the denim sector, the garment sector is growing, will expand. There are challenges in terms of will there be enough water, will there be enough power, what about infrastructure? But in terms of the new dyeing and washing chemistries and technologies, minimizing water use, making sure there will not be a water competition here between agricultural water, drinking water, industrial water, these are solutions. So there are clearly challenges, but what's being talked about today is that there is a business case and there are the answers to these challenges are available, the technology is available, the dye chemistry is available. It's now the Bangladesh industry adopting what is now available and is ready for use, basically. So I think we have time for maybe one more question. A hand at the back, and then hand at the front. So if you say who you are, where you're from.
Hello everybody, I'm Jai Dasan. Hello. I'm now Jai Dasan, Assistant Manager, EHS from one of the group. I have a question about the green screen certification. I think it opened for brands and suppliers for all. But as a part of ZDC, I'm involved in a ZDC project. So there are many chemicals, hazardous or toxic chemicals, which don't have alternatives yet. But if any brand or any supplier have a green piece certification, what does that mean actually? Is it using toxic-free chemicals or safer chemicals only? Just to a bit explain the green screen certification a bit more.
Okay, so I think we're talking ZDHC substitution and whether there's new chemicals coming through that will avoid, will there be nothing on the ZDHC restricted substances list. I think that was initially addressed to Fabio, but anybody else who wants to jump in, feel free.
The green screen certification is on chemicals, of course. It's not on the wool product. It's not on garment. Actually, it's on the chemicals for washing. Only for a specific part of treatment, of processing, of garment processing. Of course, the green. Garment has for 2 years the exclusive use of the green screen logo, but in partnership with brands, with laundries, with any companies acting in textile industries, Garment allow the use of the green screen logo if the chemicals are green screen certified chemicals.
Good morning. My name is Mohammad Omar Farooq. I am working for GIZ PSES. So my question is to Mr. Guntar. Is there any relation between chemical management system to acid zero discharge hazardous chemical assignment? If the relation is available, how or what is the tools to requirement in chemical management system to get zero discharge hazardous chemicals? What is the requirement tools in chemical management system? What is the tools requirement to acid the zero discharge hazardous chemical? Is there any relation in the chemical management and zero discharge hazardous chemical tools? Thank you.
Because I understand you want to know what is required to...
Yeah, in chemical management system, in your presentation, is there anything else in the chemical management system tools requirement to AC zero discharge hazardous chemicals?
So what is there in the chemical management toolkit to assist the progression towards ZDHC? What other methodologies do you have?
There are many.
For example?
No, there's not only ZDHC, there is TrueSign, there is DOTS, there is green screen. There are all the different RSLs of different brands. In my opinion, it's like a disaster, to be honest. Too many different RSLs, too many standards. It's very, very complex nowadays. In my opinion, suppliers, producers, brands should sit together and maybe create one standard, which is already done in the leather industry, for example. I think they are far in front of the textile industry. It's a nightmare, you cannot believe, because we have so many customers. There are thousands of requests to give certificates for our chemicals. And this costs a lot of money, really a lot of money. And almost all these RSLs, as you know, they are almost the same, because they copy from each other. Almost very similar, so I don't understand why they cannot agree to have one standard for everybody. This would be a big help. And by the way, this ZDHC, I have to say a company like CHT fulfills this already since 30 years, because we banned all these kind of chemicals already since a long time ago. But in general, it's good to avoid some risks which come if chemicals are supplied from all these cheap suppliers, Korea, Taiwan, China sometimes, and then you can be sure to use safe chemicals.
Anyone else? So it really comes down to me now to thank you for being an audience. So clearly a set up a panel talking to each other is not much interesting. So thank you all for turning up. I'm just delighted that Sandy had the confidence to put out so many chairs, and that you've had the interest to have more people than chairs. So thank you for being here. I'd like to give a round of applause to our panel. Please, after the seminar, do exchange business cards with panel members, do collect leaflets off the stand. As we came into this seminar, we were absolutely convinced there is a business case for sustainability. There's a tremendous opportunity in Bangladesh to grow the sector, but in an eco-efficient and sustainable way. And this trade show has shown what's possible in terms of what Denim can do. What we saw last night in the range of garments, what Sandy was carefully presenting as a wider range of applications for denim. All of that is possible, and with these, we've talked about new technologies, new chemistries. So I want to leave you with the strong impression that all of this is possible, all of this is practical now for Bangladesh, and all of this will give Bangladesh and our laundry and garment washing sector and the denim sector a long and sustainable future. So thank you to Sandy for the invitation to GIZ PSES to be a technical support for these seminar programs. Thank you to my friends here who have accepted the invitation, also accepted the challenge to do things so quickly. Thank you to all of you for being here. I'll leave the final words to Sandy.
Thank you, Rodney. It was a wonderful discussion, wonderful presentation, and I thank all the panelists for making a very nice presentation. It was a very good involvement by all the audience, and I thank you, all of you, for being here, and of course to Rodney for moderating the discussion very well. And thank you so much.